Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Today in Quarantine. I'm your host, Renee Cross, and today we are talking just our normal kind of conversations with a new segment in mind and a dad joke that I can guarantee you are going to love or hate. You will do either one of the two because that's the nature of the dad jokes. But today is April 7th. April 7th is the day today. Just kind of a quick note. My roommate and I are pretty good friends. And we were talking and we have this stuffed animal that a friend of ours left here. It's actually a Beanie Baby. And we discovered that the Beanie Baby has a birthday of April 11th. So in 4 days, we will have a party for this Beanie Baby, whose name is Lemon Drop, and we've decided it's a boy. So stay tuned for how that goes. We probably won't have it online, but we will talk about this Beanie Baby's birthday party. So birthday parties in quarantine is what is up on our agenda for this week. Today in quarantine, one of my activities is that I've just been just kind of doing more meetings and stuff. I'm finding that as I have been working with some of the technology that other teachers are just now starting to use, I am very much enjoying teaching other teachers how to use technology. I think in another life I could have been an IT person. However, I'm glad that's not my calling because I'm not sure if I could spend all day doing it. But I like teaching other teachers and just helping people to simplify their lives because why not? Before I get into any more of today's episode, I want to mention that the young adult department at College View Church here in Lincoln is looking for somebody to be a co-coordinator for the Well, and that is the page that that's the page that we stream this from. So if you click on our little logo up there or down there, you'll see some of our content. We have Sabbath schools on here every Sabbath at 10:15 Central Daylight Time. And we'll be posting more stuff as time goes on. But for right now, during this COVID experience, this is what's happening. And so I'm going to post that link in the description this afternoon or after we're done with this, but I'll also post it here. If you're a Union College student, definitely check out this form and apply for the Well co-coordinator so that you can be involved in things next year. You'll have to apply and then fill out an application. And this is just open to Union College students. So if you're not a Union College student, sorry, this doesn't apply to you right now. But just so that I can get that out there, go ahead and apply for that as soon as possible. Now, one other thing that I did in quarantine recently is I've watched some Pixar movies. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but I think I'm going to start a segment on this show called Pixar in Quarantine and just some lessons that I've learned from Pixar movies. From all right, cats are wild. Just some lessons that I've learned from some Pixar movies that are applicable to life and perhaps to quarantine as well. So last night I watched Monsters Inc., which is one of the older Pixar movies. I think it came out in 2001. And it is a fantastic movie. It is much better than I remember it. I think the last time I watched it, I might have been. I have no idea. It's been a while. I haven't, at least I haven't watched it in the past 2 or 3 years. So there you have it. But one thing that I really enjoyed about Monsters Inc. and that my roommate pointed out to me is that Sully, one of the main characters, and the big thing is that you're never supposed to touch the child. Anything that like lands on the child is like banned, and you get kind of ostracized and isolated from the rest of the community, and you have to get shaved and like disinfected. It's actually very relatable to life right now because they treat if a child like sock lands on you, then you have to get all cleaned and whatever. But one thing that we saw from this is that Sully, the main character, befriends a little kid who kind of escapes out of their room and into the world of the monsters. And he is terrified of her at first. And as the movie progresses, and you'd have to watch it, but as the movie progresses, you just kind of see how she and he and the little girl just kind of develop this huge and just loving relationship. And it's just a lesson for you to take away from this. The things that scare you the most at first are the things that can be your biggest blessing later on. That whole movie had it, or that whole incident with the little kid who Sully was terrified of, definitely had an impact on his life to the point where at the end of the movie, he can't imagine life without her, which I might have just spoiled the movie for you. And if I did, well, I didn't really spoil it. Just go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's a great movie. And that is our segment today, Lessons from Pixar in Quarantine. Today's weather is a beautiful day outside. It's about 84 degrees today. The sun is shining. This morning was kind of cloudy and foggy, but the sun is shining. It is beautiful. It's just a gorgeous day. Yesterday I went for a run after I did the podcast, and it was about 70 degrees, and it was a pretty warm run. So I might just wait until a little bit later in the day to do a podcast or to do a run, so that it's a little bit cooler. But again, beautiful day. If you're in Lincoln, go get outside. If you're somewhere else, go sit outside on your porch. Even if it's raining, just for a second, just go walk out in like your driveway or your parking lot or somewhere like there, like that, and just get outside, breathe some fresh air, open up your windows, open up your doors, just to get some fresh air and some sunlight. It's good for you. Enjoy it. All right, now it's the moment you've been waiting for. I have here this article of clothing, a tie, and it's pretty great. Don't ask me why I have this. I think actually, I'm not sure why I have this. Somebody gave it to me. I don't think I bought it, but I have this tie here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both the ends, the skinny end and the big end, I'm going to put them up here in my hand. And I'm going to back away a little bit. What I want you to do, I'm going to drop these both at the same time, and I want you, the viewers, to tell me which ends drops first, the skinny end or the fat end. Okay. All right. So I'm going to back away just a little bit so you can see. All right. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's a tie. My laugh track's not loading. Oh, that was anticlimactic. There we go. Much appreciated. It was, in fact, a tie. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Find a tie and spread the love to people today. Show them that joke. Recently, I asked on Facebook I asked Facebook, hey, Facebook, tell me a story. And so I'm just going to read one of the stories that I just really enjoyed from this. And I'm going to change the names to protect the innocent. We're going to change it to Charlie and Jolene. All right, so Jolene is the one who posted this. She said, basically, we found this yoga class that we could take on Tuesday and Thursday at 6 at this local Catholic church. We were excited, and the problem was the church was 10 minutes away, and we had class till 6. We decided if we were quiet, we could sneak in. The other problem was that Charlie had obligations at 7:20, and the class ended at 7:30. We agreed that if we were quiet, we would sneak in early and sneak out late, and try not to disturb people. We were so excited. We were both huge yoga enthusiasts, and Union hadn't started yoga on Wednesday nights. So the first week that we went, we did what we planned on. We came late and left early. It worked beautiful. We loved the class, the teacher, and the atmosphere. This was in September, and we kept going until December. The first thing I started noticing was when we would come in late, the teacher would look at us a little weird. Everyone else had partners and would kind of give us disgust looks, and I figured it was because we kind of disrupted meditation time. I mean, I would be mad if I was deep into meditation and two college kids came in and disrupted it. It made sense, so I didn't think anything of it. Fast forward 2 weeks, it's right before Christmas break. I've been super stressed, and I had been super stressed, and our teacher thought it would be nice to give us an extra class period on Tuesday to let us study. So we didn't have class. Charlie and I were excited. This meant we could go to yoga when it actually started, and because of finals, he didn't have to be back for his obligations, so we could stay the whole time. We were pretty hyped. Again, as we entered, we were greeted by wondering eyes and a couple of sneers. I honestly thought maybe it was that most people in this class were older and couldn't do the poses, and maybe they're just jealous of our youth and ability to do some of the harder poses. We proceeded with the class, did the yoga, the meditation, and decided to start cleaning up our space. Charlie really wanted to meet the teacher, and I agreed. I was waiting for Charlie to finish up rolling his mat when I noticed it. The table had a bowl. I thought to myself, has this been here all this time? So I asked Charlie. He goes, I don't know. I've always been focused on getting ready or leaving. I don't pay attention to my surroundings. I decided to check it out, and that's when we read the sign on the table. All $6 payments for the class must be made at the time class starts, not after. Please make your checks to, and if paying with check, then you may pay with a monthly fee of $48. We both looked at each other in utter shock. I started calculating how many classes we took. $12 per week, so $48 for a month. Multiply that by 3 and you get $144. No wonder people were staring. They probably thought we came late and left early so that we wouldn't have to pay. Needless to say, Charlie didn't want to talk to the teacher afterwards, and I took her information and we left. We never did yoga again. We never did yoga again after that. We just decided to do it in our dorm rooms. We ended up writing checks for the teacher and mailing them to church with her name on it. But man, did we feel dumb. Basically, we learned to always check our surroundings. And that's the story of how they once took yoga classes for about 3 months without realizing you had to pay for them. So make sure you check your surroundings. Make sure that you're checking to see what's going on. All right. Well, everybody, if you've got a story that you would like me to tell, go ahead and let me know by texting me, putting it on Facebook, Instagram. Again, if you're a Union College student and you're interested in applying to be the WELL co-coordinator, you can fill out the form that's in the chat right now, and I'll also put it in the description down below. Let me read the description real quick so you know what's going on. The WELL co-coordinator, in collaboration with the WELL team, is responsible for planning, executing, facilitating all the young adult Sabbath school programs scheduled during the beginning of the school year to the last Sabbath of the school year. The WELL is a function of the young adult ministry of the College View Church and functions as a community young adult Sabbath school that involves the young adults at Union College and in the Lincoln community. Campus Ministries cooperates with the church to provide programs for the young adults of the Lincoln community, hours, which could be more. So if you are interested in that and you're a Union College student, please go ahead and click on the link that will be in the description later on today, or in the link that's over in the chat over here. Everybody, have a great day. Stay inside. Wash your hands. Enjoy the weather. So stay inside, but don't go out and about. Please just stay inside. Wash your hands. Still practice social distancing so that one day we can all be back together again. And I'll see you tomorrow in quarantine for another day, for another episode of Today in Quarantine. Have a great day, everybody.